Right. Good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome. The recording that I'm doing today and now at this present moment on crystals is focused on a crystal called dioptase. But before I go ahead on that, I'd like to share a little anecdotal story about crystals. For some of you might be aware that I've worked extensively with children and young adults, academically coaching them, but specifically in areas like dyslexia and ADHD. And as a result, I work with a lot of kids with attention control and attention-related issues, and I always keep on my desk a bowl of crystals, a sorted bowl of crystals. Matter of fact, that looks something like this. So it's a little bowl with a whole lot of different crystals on it. I can't quite tip it out over here. And kind of like a fidget bowl where the kids get to scratch around in while we're busy working. And the one day, one of the young girls picks up a crystal. I always take note of what crystals specifically they play with. And I always mark at how accurate their selection of a crystal is to their relevant situation in what they're currently going through. And the one day, this one young girl picks up a crystal and she holds it and she goes, "Oh, this makes me feel so calm while I'm sitting working." So I go, "Well, funny that you say that." So she goes, "It must be from the devil." And I had to have a little giggle and laugh. So I said, "So tell me, who makes that? Who made that specific crystal?" And she looked very confidently at me and she said, "No, God made the crystal." I said, "And it makes you feel good. It helps you calm down." So she goes, "Yes." I said, "Okay, so something God made that helps you and is good for you is evil." And she went, "Oh, so my mom's been lying to me." The truth at the end of the day is that the crystals don't replace the concept of God. They don't replace any of your religious views at all. They're actually enhance the concept of God. Crystals are here to help us remind ourselves that there are these attributes, there are these frequencies, these vibrations that we may have forgotten, or we may be missing them in our dynamics. And by bringing a crystal closer with a certain frequency and attribute helps restore our own natural frequency, or the frequency within the dynamic that we are in. So you don't need to, in exploring and learning about crystals, you don't need to abandon your belief or your faith or your understanding of God, the divine, however you in your belief model reflects upon it. Utilize your appreciation for crystals to enhance your relationship with whoever, whatever, in whichever format you believe and you reflect. Use the crystals to enhance your experience over here. Like with everything in creation, everything's been placed here for our understanding and appreciation of the world around us as we grow in love. So, on to the crystal for today. And the crystal for today is a rather special crystal. It's called dioptase. Dioptase is incredibly rare. I have a beautiful example over here, and I will talk a little bit more about it and where this specific example comes from in a moment. But dioptase only comes from a few countries around the world: the DRC, Congo, Russia, Iran, and then we are very fortunate right on our doorstep, Namibia. And the reason being is that dioptase very often comes out of the uranium mines. So it's a rather rare and very special crystal, and they're very, very, very expensive. I only have a few examples. So here's one that I've specifically got, but this crystal we will talk about in a whole video clip on its own, because this one is a very, very special one. But you can see the diapase in the center over there, some beautiful deep green diapase. It also occurs in the blue color. And here's a little bit of diapase that this comes from Namibia. But here, this blue over here is actually shutterkite. And we will talk about shutterkite on its own. But if you want to know what the diapase in this is, you can see that lovely green color in between, that deep green, right in between the shutterkite over there. Now, what does diapase do? Diapase is all about the heart chakra. And I specifically selected this crystal because at the day that I was selecting this crystal to reflect upon and to meditate upon, I was feeling a little bit down in my heart and not knowing what to do next. And it was astounding that I went to this crystal because it helps us find our direction. Diapase helps us understand that we can live to our fullest in the present, but at the same time, it brings up past life memories and it activates them for clearance. It helps you establish a positive attitude to life, to tune into your own resources and to help you find the way when you don't know what to do next. And I think it was quite an important crystal to select for this time. We tend to be so busy and not know which direction to go in next. And the truth is, we're not supposed to go in any direction. This isolation and COVID has taught us to actually be still and sit still and be in our own company and heal our own heart. See, diapase, and in your meditation on diapase, it helps you go and heal the child within, those fears and those pains of abandonment, that desperation for love. Diapase in its meditation and in how it functions within the heart chakra and all of the chakra levels, because it helps us increase the vibration of all of them, helps us understand that pain and difficulty is in actual fact a separation from within. For me, my time meditating and spending special time on diapase really helped me heal my heart and find a deep, eternal, unconditional love for self once again. And it just left me beaming for all of humanity, for everybody out there, and even those that seem very difficult to love at times. It allowed me to find that. And I'd like to leave you with these words and say, I hope that all of you, and my prayer is that everybody can go into their heart and find this beautiful, deep level of unconditional love. So all be blessed, enjoy, and chat to you soon.